So now let's get into the arguably most cartoonish moment of COVID-19 nonsense from the weekend involving our great fearless mango-colored leader, Donald Trump. Friday afternoon, Trump bragged that thanks to his great work, no one in the United States had died from the virus. Hours later, someone died from the virus, a man named Jeff Duchin, a public health officer for Seattle. And in his completely loony press conference, Donald Trump referred to this man as a wonderful woman who sadly has passed away. Take a look at this.
At this moment, we have 22 patients in the United States currently that have coronavirus. Unfortunately, one person passed away overnight. She was a wonderful woman, a medically high-risk patient in her late 50s. Four others are very ill.
So it was not a wonderful woman who passed away. It was Dr. Jeff Duchin. I've actually never really heard Trump refer to women as wonderful. And here he happens to be talking about a man without even knowing it, which seems ironic in some kind of weird harebrained way. The numbers that Trump mentioned, 22 cases, those numbers are well outdated. As of hours ago, the U.S. is over 80 cases. And more importantly, the U.S. also now at two deaths. And the numbers are unfortunately not improving with every passing day. It shouldn't really surprise us, though, that a guy who can't understand how wind works would be this confused about COVID-19. Remember when Trump said the following?
An economy based on wind. I never understood wind. I know windmills very much. I've studied it better than anybody. I know it's very expensive. They're made in China and Germany mostly. Very few made here, almost none. But they're manufactured tremendous, if you're into this, tremendous fumes, gases are spewing into the atmosphere. We have a world, right? So the world is tiny compared to the universe. So tremendous amount of fumes and everything. You talk about the carbon footprint, fumes are spewing into the air, right? Spewing. Whether it's in China, Germany, it's going into the air, it's our air, their air, everything, right?
A brutal, relentless attack on wind and windmills, only one step removed from literally yelling at clouds by the president of the United States. So this is a micro Trump story. Trump identifies the first victim as a wonderful woman when it was actually a man. But as usual with Trump, the micro is emblematic. It's a microcosm of the macro. And in this case, the macro is that we have a guy who just has no idea what's going at all, period, with regard to the virus. And I actually have been weirdly conditioned by the Trump administration from their constant lies in such a way that I was sort of calm about the virus until Trump said there's nothing to worry about. Now I'm stocking up on anything that is even mentioned as possibly being useful to have, ranging from zinc lozenges to hand sanitizer and who knows what else. It reminded me of when Trump says he has total confidence in some staffer, and then 48 hours later, the staffer's been fired. When Trump says everything's fine, we have nothing to worry about, and Democrats are overblowing this, that's when I start to get worried. And I'm sort of exaggerating, but in a sense, it is true that when Trump says everything's fine and it's people trying to hurt me politically that are telling you otherwise, that actually is a red flag that we need to go and look into exactly what it is that's going on. One of our sponsors today is a game called Lawgivers, a turn-based political simulation game for PC, iOS, and Android. If you've ever wanted to start a political party or run for office or shape the destiny of our country, here's your chance. I've been having a ton of fun with the game. You do get to experience legislative democracy up close, and the dynamics of the game are really impressive. You make election promises to your constituents. It's up to you whether you keep those promises when you're in office. All of the laws you pass affect your country's happiness and safety, healthcare, environment. You can abolish laws that are already in place. You can ratify the Constitution. You decide if you want the government to be a healthy democracy or authoritarian tyranny. You can be corrupt and take bribes. Political assassinations are part of the game. It's nuts, actually. It's a really good time. It doesn't get old because you'll never play it the same way twice. This is not some cheesy free-to-play game. It's very clear that a lot of time went into the development. It has very positive reviews on Steam and in the app stores, 4.5 stars or higher on all platforms. Go to davidpakman.com/game, which is where you can watch the trailer, download the game for Steam, iOS, and Android. That's davidpakman.com/game.